we are in the spooky season. We're towards the end of October when this comes out. It'll be the beginning of November. But we're still in the season where you go to the movie theater and you see a lot of horror movies kind of filling up the box office list. And so I'm curious, because this has been something that I've thought about for many a years. Like, I think when I first became a Christian and I first read about these creatures, I thought instantly, because I mean I grew up on movies like Chucky and Jeepers Creepers and Friday the 13th, and so I thought instantly there should be a Christian film about the Nephilim.
I don't know if you want to do that. It'd be like rated R, I think, probably.
Oh, 100% it would be rated R. So my question to you is, okay, first of all, there's not a movie about the Nephilim rated R, is there?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
But there's some pretty weird circles in Christianity, so there may have been like this homegrown craziness, possibly.
Like a Blair Witch Project kind of thing? Like a kid just like filming in his backyard in the woods?
After reading like one commentary and not understanding anything, they're like, let's do it.
Well, so my question to you is kind of two-form. Number one, if you could explain your knowledge maybe a little bit of the Nephilim, give our listeners... just give our listeners an idea. Maybe if they're hearing the word Nephilim for the first time, maybe they've never even... they have zero knowledge of what that is. Talk a little bit about Nephilim, and then maybe... would a movie be successful if it was a rated R horror Christian film about the Nephilim?
So one, automatically, I'm going to tell you to go look up Dr. Michael Heisner. Okay, that dude will blow your mind on all things Old Testament, all things Nephilim, all things Old Testament at all. He has a few things on that. I've only watched a couple. Actually, I think he was interviewed by somebody. I forget which podcast it was where they talked about it a ton. But my knowledge, any of it would come from him. I know that there was, I'll preface this with, if I'm remembering this correctly, there's a lot of like intermingling between the sons of heaven and the daughters of earth. A lot of rated, I don't know, you're going to go above R there.
Triple X.
Yeah, triple X stuff happening there. Probably also a reason that the church is like, I don't know, we're just going to not talk about that. That's probably why that isn't talked about a lot. But again, he's got so much. And honestly, I'm sure there's other people, but anything Old Testament you look up, he's probably done a podcast on that. He's probably talked about it, and he's super knowledgeable of it. That's what, so like I was doing this actual coming week, and I have to preach on Hebrews. And so just to kind of get a background on that, I had a whole bunch of commentaries, done a bunch of research, and then I got to one of his podcasts, and I'm like, it was like so far and beyond everybody else's stuff. But super informational dude. So I know I'm just going to direct you to him.
This whole interview, I'll ask you a question, direct me to somebody else.
For real. I am like a walking just redirectional resource for people. That's all I am. But I don't want to say anything. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to say anything incorrect because I'm not super knowledgeable of it. But like, I know that he has a ton of resources on it. Like, correct. Like, I could pull stuff out of my rear and say, oh yeah, for sure. But like, it's probably going to be something I'm misremembering. Whereas he's done like research, and I mean, his whole life is Old Testament stuff. It's really good.
But just so I'm following you, kind of like angelic beings,
coming
from heaven and having intercourse with human beings.
Women have been, yes.
And then producing a child that is not human. It's not
like a cross.
It's like this crossbreed, and then that is how we get a Nephilim. And then these things are like kind of like gigantic, like scary.
My understanding is
creatures.
They're just very powerful. I mean, so if you want to if my memory is serving me correctly, you're going to go with like a modern reference would be like the Eternals or something, like a cross between humans and like gods, essentially, would be the idea that somebody would have when you're looking at that.
Like a demigod.
Yeah.
Okay. So like a Hercules.
Sort of.
But scarier.
Yeah. Which I'm sure, again, if I'm remembering correct, and I'm going to say that a lot in this podcast to cover myself. But there's a lot of connection even within like old, like cultures that were beside what we would know as the Old Testament Israelites, like all experiencing this the same time. So they would have names for these same sort of creatures. which is where again, he does a lot of crossover. Where he's like, well, this, they would have considered, this culture would have called them this, or this is where they got these ideas. And again, resource, go look at him, Michael Heisner.
Okay. Michael Heisner,
I believe. I always butcher his last name, but I'm pretty sure that's it.
Like, I'm not confident on the information. I'm
Look,
not even
if you
confident on the
misspell
guy
it,
who knows the information.
Google will help you a ton. I'm not as smart as you think I am.
I am so excited about our conversation. I'm just thinking, if Disney can have shows like The Simpsons and movies like Deadpool, which I believe the next Deadpool is going to be the first one that Disney's like working on, is still going to be rated R. And so I'm thinking, if Disney can go into the rated R realm, I think that Christians, like, I guess
you don't even got to go to the Nephilim to get the rated R stuff.
So yeah, do you think that Christians could handle a rated R film? What was Passion of the Christ?
It was R. It was the only Christian movie that was ever R, but it was because of the graphics.
And that was probably the most successful Christian movie of all time, I would think.
Well, they were like, yeah, it was Jesus. I think that's the only. I think that's the only reason that Christians would be like, rated R is okay because it's Jesus, so that's cool. I think anything outside of that, maybe outside of America, you'd be able to get a Christian rated R movie. But if you're going all the way back to, just how American Christianity is related to Puritanism and everything else, like, it's going to be really hard for you to get a rated R movie that Christians are like, yeah. You'd get a handful of them, but
yeah, I'm thinking we're ready for a rated R Christian movie. If
you're gonna have it, you might as well have it now. Give it a shot, right?
Right. If it's not rated R because of reasons like nudity,
like the Nephilim
and language, I think that could be shot in a very proper professional way, to where it's like
you pan the camera.
Yeah, and you just kind of infer what's happening. Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, I see what's happening.
Terribleness.
I
gotcha.
Hey, y'all, we hope you loved this conversation. Here at Young Married Christian, we are on a mission to see a gospel-centered home made available for every single child in the foster care system. There are 400,000 kids in the foster care system, and there are 400,000 churches in America. Wow. That is crazy. This is absolutely a solvable problem, and we want to be a part of it. If you want to join us in that mission, text the word freedom to 833-370-1610.
833-370-1610. 833-370-1610.
I just did it.
And another thing you can do that is really helpful is to smash the like button on this video.
Smash it like Satan's face. Crush it like it's Lucifer's head.
It really helps us a ton, so smash that like button, subscribe to this channel.
That's it.
Smash the like button on this video.